What's going on, good people? I'm Terrence Hill. This is Southern Gentleman's Table, and you are watching SGT TV. All right, so listen. So today, I want to get into breakfast / brunch dishes. Okay, for me, breakfast is my all-time favorite meal. I could eat breakfast every day, and so I grew up in a family where, in a Southern family where we would make big breakfasts. You have bacon, you have sausage, you have 2 different kind of eggs, you have pancakes, you have toast, you have grits. You have 3 different kind of juices. We did it all. It wasn't just cereal, in the morning all the time. We did big breakfasts. So, but now I understand a lot of times people, your days are busy, and sometimes you want something that's tastes really good and something that's quick. So the dish that I want to do for you today is my French toast casserole. It's an amazing dish, and this is something you can do if you were having a brunch party, if you were feeding in-laws coming over or big families. It's very easy to prepare. Put it together, let it sit overnight, and you just put it in the oven the next morning, and I'm telling you, it's one of the best things that you can have. All right, so we'll get into it. So first and foremost, I always start with a loaf of French bread. You can freestyle with the bread. You can do challah bread. You can do a lot of different types of bread, but normally I usually do like a crusty French loaf. So what I'm gonna do is, first I'm gonna cut this French loaf into just little cubes. I'll break this down. You would almost kind of prepare it in a way like if you were making bread pudding. Very similar, okay? So I'm just gonna cut this down into little cubes. Just like that. Very simple. And you don't have to be, you can break it up. Because again, the way the dish is gonna come together, you wanna make sure that everything is all incorporated, okay? Grab my bowl here. So I usually cook mine in like a nice little Pyrex dish, or if you have a wire, a foil pan or what have you, you can do that. I'll take a little butter so I can go ahead and grease that pan pretty good all around. And then I'm just gonna start throwing those pieces in there. Just like that, okay? Very simple. Very easy. And you know what? I'm telling you, once you start putting this together and you get up the next morning and you bake this off, man, it's gonna smell up the whole house. All right? Just that simple. All right. All right, so what I have here, I have 2 cups of milk. I have half a cup of heavy cream. I got 3/4 cups of sugar. I got 5 whole eggs. I got some vanilla extract. I have a little nutmeg, a little allspice, maybe like a fourth teaspoon of each one of those, okay? So first things first, I'm gonna crack those eggs. You're gonna watch and see how simple this dish is. All right. So, let's see. Kind of whisk this up a little bit. Add in the milk. sugar. Add in my heavy cream. Add in my spices. Last but not least, I'll put in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And listen, that's it. If you can smell how aromatic that is, that's amazing. And so now, listen, all I'm gonna do is, you're gonna pour this over. Now what you should do is, what I normally do is, I'll pour about half of that, and then just take your hands and just press that down. Let that absorb. Let that bread absorb that mix, okay? And that's it. So now, what's gonna happen is we're gonna put some foil over the top of that. You're gonna sit this in your refrigerator and it's gonna go overnight. And what's gonna happen is that bread is gonna absorb that custard. And then tomorrow, the next day, we're gonna bake it off in the oven, okay? Very simple, all right? So listen, so when we come back, after that's soaked overnight, we're gonna bake it off. We're gonna make a nice, beautiful crust to go on top of that, a nice topping, and then we're gonna have some amazing breakfast, all right? So stay tuned, all right? All right, guys, welcome back. So now listen, we've got the casserole, the French toast casserole. It's been soaking overnight, so we're ready to go so we can cook it now in the morning. And so we got some toppings that I wanna put together that's gonna go over the top of it before we put it in the oven to bake it, just to set it off, to take it to the next level. All right, and for you guys, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the page down below, okay? All right, so what I have here, first things first, I have a half a cup of all-purpose flour, okay? I got a half a cup of packed brown sugar. In here, I have a quarter cup of chopped walnuts, and I have a teaspoon of cinnamon and a pinch of nutmeg, all right? And last but not least, take a stick of unsalted butter, all right, cold unsalted butter. And what we're gonna do is, we're just gonna cut this up in little bitty cubes, okay? What we're essentially doing, we're gonna make like a nice crumble that's gonna go right over the top of this casserole. That's what's gonna take it to the next level, okay? Trust me on this. It's gonna be amazing. All right. So we're gonna dump this in here. And just get in here, you know, with your hands and push all this together. And like I said, it's gonna be like a crumble. And you wanna just sprinkle this all over the top of this casserole. It's gonna be amazing. And so what you're gonna do is make sure you set your oven to 350 degrees. And this is gonna bake for about 40 minutes. That's gonna give you kind of a nice, tender texture, a little bit softer texture. You kind of think along the lines of bread pudding. Now, if you want it to be crispier, go for a full hour, okay? And that's it. You're gonna bake it uncovered, okay? So you can kind of notice it's starting to come together, kind of crumbly. and just incorporate everything together. Make sure that butter and everything is broken down because we want that. Again, that's gonna make that crust. It's gonna be amazing over top of that casserole. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. That looks pretty good. All right. So now I'm gonna literally take that and spread this all the way around. This is gonna be good. I mean, it smells amazing. And again, this is so easy. And we've done the hard work as far as the prep overnight. At this point, now you can kind of go. At this point, you can, if you got bacon you want to cook with it, you know, if you want to make some potatoes, whatever. But this right here is going to be the star of the show. All right. That's it. Look at that. We're just going to go inside the oven. All right. And then we're good. And so when we come back after it's done, I'm going to show you what it's going to look like. We'll cut it. We'll plate it. And of course, I got to taste it. It's going to be amazing. All right. See you soon. All right, guys. So we're back. We have baked off the French toast casserole. Now, me personally, I baked mine off for right about an hour. So I got that nice crust on top. It smells amazing. It looks amazing. So now I'm ready to cut it so we can plate it. Let's get ready to eat it, all right? So get ready to cut me off a nice little square of that. Oh, I'm telling you, it's almost like, it reminds me of, it reminds me of bread pudding. A lot of, it's so crusty and nice. Okay. Let me get in here. Get that out of there. Oh my God. Put that there. And now, let's see. Move this back over here. So now, I can garnish it a little bit. I got me a little caramel sauce. Put me a little bit of caramel, not too much, because there's a little sweetness in here. I got me some Granny Smith apples. I like that little tartness there. This is great for breakfast. You know, finish with a little mint. And I may hit me just a little bit. I usually do maple syrup, just a little bit. I don't want to go crazy. Again, there's enough sweetness in here. You don't have to go crazy. Look at that. And then I'll come over here. Some of that good sausage too. Look at that. That looks good to me. So now, I'm just gonna take me a little bitty bite. I just want to. It's so tender. Look at that. I mean, like I said, it's like the consistency of bread pudding. Look at that. How good that looks. That's it. Listen. This is a go-to for your brunch, for your breakfast. The whole family will love it. The kids will love it. It's just really good. All right. So listen, I'm glad you guys joined me today. Of course, the recipes are always going to be down in the link. Again, please, if you haven't, please subscribe and follow the page. We got so much more content coming. Can't wait to hear your comments about everything, all right? Thank you for joining me, all right? We'll talk to you soon.